Hey guys, Mark Allen, BHSpringSolutions, LLC, BHSpringSolutions.com, and also here on behalf of the High Power Medic. And yes, you're taking a looking at a John Browning patent from like 1903, and you're taking a look at a 1903. And that is the most recent firearm model that BHSpringSolutions will be covering components, springs for replacement in these models, as well as the High Power Medic providing service for these models. And specifically, we're talking the 1903 and 1908. These models are called the Pocket Hammerless, John Browning designed, Colt purchased and manufactured and sold a lot. And there are still a lot of these around, and you can see them on the for sale sites on online. And they frankly are pricey, and they are also extremely John Browning reliable. And what made this particular handgun different was in 1903 the 32 ACP was a very popular caliber. In 1908 it got bumped up to the 1908 Pocket Hammerless model, not to be confused with the Colt 1908 vest pocket. And what this is this is a hidden hammer. And the reason I mentioned that John Browning's patent for this particular pistol, this was like his 6th patent for a handgun, or 7th. And in this particular patent, there are 31 specific patented ideas that appear in this particular firearm that had not appeared in his patents prior to this date. And what the interesting thing about this is, and about this material, is you start to understand what exactly John Browning was going for. And one of the things he was going for, two of the things he was going for, was just stone cold reliability and safety, protection specifically for the user. And that was the idea behind having a hammerless, it was called. And it's a kind of a neat takedown, definitely a John Browning style takedown. We got an arrow and a line there. When we line that right up with the frame like that, we're able to rotate the barrel and then release the slide just like that. And I want to tell you, if that's not build it strong enough, then double it. Look at the size of that recoil spring for a 32 ACP cartridge. That is an absolutely beautiful thing. Now you see, we have a recess in the slide right here, and that's to make room for that. Yes, it's a real hammer right there in the back of the frame. See if we can release this kind of gently so you see it. There is the hammer. And this one has some different design work than, frankly, any other of John Browning's designs. Has a very, very beefy mainspring that sits on top of a three-way spring, kind of a 1911 style spring. The three-way spring is a double tine on the sear and a single tine on the trigger for the trigger return spring. So the three-way is a sear spring, actually it's also a sear reset spring, and also the trigger return spring. Then the large mainspring, that is the mainspring, what is giving that hammer the spring action forward. And also that mainspring is the spring for the magazine release. So a couple of flat springs doing lots and lots and lots of jobs. There is the recoil spring that Mr. Browning called the reaction spring. He explained the recoil spring as a spring that stores the energy from the slide produced by the gases, so that energy can be released to drive the slide back forward. So we have a reaction spring or a recoil spring. There is also a extractor spring under the extractor, and there's a firing pin spring. And the way the firing pin was put together is it has a spring in this area, and then it has a firing pin stop pin here. So hammer hits the firing pin, and it's all concealed, all the mechanism. In other words, the only thing that's revealed at all in this handgun is the trigger, and it follows John Browning's mantra: the best gun is the simplest gun. And he definitely followed that. We're going to go ahead and cock the hammer back here fully. There we go. We're going to lock back. Now we'll pull just a little bit here to the rear with the slide like that. Turn the barrel, release the slide, and we are back together. And the last thing I want to say about this model is we found this model extremely easy to shoot very accurately. And it's also a pleasure to shoot. The size that it is, it's considered a pocket pistol, but it being the size that it is, and in this one, particularly in 32 ACP, it is just a pleasure. It's a pleasure cartridge for the firearm, pleasure cartridge for the shooter, and it's one that is very possible to be extremely accurate with. So for those models, 1903 and 1908 pocket hammerless models, designed from Colt in 32 ACP and 380 ACP, there now is a destination for service on those pistols, and it is the High Power Medic. And folks, I'm Mark Allen, BHSpringSolutions, LLC, BHSpringSolutions.com, and on behalf of the High Power Medic. Folks, thanks for watching.